How do you make money on eBay and Amazon reselling books? My name's Andrew from 510 Books. It is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. It comes from trial and error. It comes from experience. It comes from trying things out. I started out selling books on Amazon in 2014. I sent my first shipment in. I sent my first FBA shipment in to Amazon September of 2014. So next month will be exactly 7 years. And that's how I started, without any paid apps. Back then, there were very few paid apps, actually. I think there was, I can't remember I can't remember it, but there was one in particular a lot of people used. It was like $10 a month. I think there was another one as well. Regardless, I didn't use any paid apps. I didn't use any paid listing software like Excel or List like I do now. I didn't pay for anything except for my Amazon account, which was the $40 a month. And actually, I didn't even pay for that initially. So all I was paying for, what I mean is I had the individual one, which is they charge you still to this day, instead of paying the $40 a month, they will charge you a 99 cents extra fee on top of the other fees when you sell a book through FBA. So I had that initially. I don't remember exactly how long. It was months. It was not like years, but it was months at least, because I was following the guideline of making at least $40 a month, or rather, I'm sorry, selling at least 40 books, not $40, selling at least 40 books a month before doing that. And then I switched over to the whatever the other account is called, where it charges you $39.99 a month. Can't remember the official term. So all I initially was paying for was buying books to send into Amazon. And 4 years later, I started selling on eBay, not just books, all types of media. So books, CDs, records, DVDs, video games, software, even laser discs, VHS tapes. What else? Probably some other things too, but that's most of it. So the way I found out or figured out how to make money on Amazon was trial and error, was sending in the wrong books, i.e. books that weren't going to sell anytime soon. So they were long tail books, but there wasn't any money in them. There was too much competition. There wasn't enough demand. I didn't understand that. So I had to learn about that. I would say it took me 6 months probably to a year to really fully understand sales rank and what stuff sells, because you really don't start to understand what sells until you send in a lot of books. This is FBA, of course. You can do merchant fulfilled first as well. I didn't do that, but it's the same thing for merchant fulfilled. Fortunately for that, all you have to do is pay for the books, unless you're getting them for free. But if you're sourcing them, paying 50 cents a buck, $2, whatever, in your area, and then you can just list them, and when they sell, you just ship them out. So whatever it is, you still have to know what's going to sell and what's not. If you're doing just merchant fulfilled to start off, and you notice, well, I've got 100 books listed, I'm hardly selling any over a whole month, well, maybe you should start looking for different types of books. Same thing on Amazon, on eBay for books. It's different in general types of books that you can sell. For me, it's been more vintage classics, older books, first editions, signed copies, rare, hard to find type of stuff in general, and also, of course, book lots based on an author, based on a series that an author or authors wrote, partial series, genres. So it could be 10 books on welding, it could be 20 books on knitting, whatever it is. That's another way to do eBay as well. But whether it's Amazon, whether it's eBay, it doesn't matter. It's all trial and error. So how do you make money on Amazon and eBay selling books? Well, you have to be willing to part with some of your money and some of your time and some of your effort and sweat equity, and give it some time. If you do it for a month, it's not going to work out. If you give yourself a month just to learn everything, I don't think it's enough time. I would say bare minimum 3 to 6 months, bare minimum, if you really want this to work. And what I mean is, if you really want to make some decent money. If you're only looking to make 100, $200 extra a month, great. Then maybe that could be pretty easy, and you don't have to spend, I mean, you still have to keep doing it, of course, but you don't have to spend that much time to learn about how it works. But just be careful you're actually making money, because nowadays a lot of people on whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Facebook groups or social media, Instagram, whatever it is, they're going to tell you to get all of these paid apps, pay for all this extra software, which is very helpful once you know what you're doing. But in the beginning, if you don't have an extra 30 to $70, whatever it is, for all the memberships, all the subscriptions, monthly subscriptions, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then you might just drop out and not really give it a good shot. So I would say, well, $10 a month for Scoutly is so inexpensive. I would highly recommend it, but you don't need it. You can still use the Amazon app. It's not going to have near the amount of data. It'll give you a sales rank. It'll show you how many offers there are, that type of thing. But you don't understand what the sales rank means initially. You don't know how many sales there have been in the past 6 months, what the history is of the book with the Keepa charts, all that kind of stuff. Which, if you don't know what Keepa charts are, KEEPA. .com. If you go there, you have to pay, it's like $17 a month now. It used to be free. But anyway, gives you all these sales data and charts so you can look and see how often it's been selling last 3 months, last month, last 6 months, last year, since it's been around on Amazon, etc. So that's really helpful. So that type of stuff. My point is that, nowadays a lot of people tell you to get all of these paid subscriptions. It's not necessary. If you can comfortably afford $100 or whatever it's going to cost a month, then go for it. It'll be quicker to get from point A to point B, being, from starting out not knowing anything to actually knowing what you're doing. Go for it. But if money is an issue, send in, 50 to 100 books, or just send in, 20, 25 books a week, or set a goal and just go for it. And if you're doing FBA, if you're doing merchant field, then just list those books a certain amount. And over time, you'll figure it out. Does this book make enough money? Does this book make enough money? If I pay $1 for this book, then I make $5. Well, you made $4, right? So, start to figure that stuff out. eBay's the same thing. It's just that they have less data. So, you're not going to have sales rank. You're not going to have that type of thing. But the great thing about eBay, the eBay app, is you can see how often a book or an item has sold in the last 3 months. Which is really helpful. And you can see how many other people have it currently listed and for what price, or if there's any at all. So eBay app is really helpful, and it will be good to learn about, whether something is actually worth reselling, that type of thing. So yeah, I would say it's the answer to this question is, how do you make money on Amazon and eBay, is trial and error, and to have patience and learn from your mistakes. They're not mistakes, just, it's part of the learning process, right? Just like anybody trying to be good at something, you're going to have to learn what not to do before you really know what to do, essentially. So, there's a lot of books I see, and I know just by looking at it, yeah, that's not going to be worth it. Or I've seen it a ton of times. That's a really popular title. I can't resell it online. Although now, as you can see behind me, I have a bookstore here and media. If you already watch my channel, if you don't, this is my warehouse space, and I do a monthly sale. So now for me, I can throw up, books on my shelves for my local sale that will probably sell, especially if it's a popular book, will probably sell, and I can make $2 or $3 or whatever. Versus you can't make any money, as an example, on Amazon. Let's say, a $10 book, $12 book. Especially you have to buy it for $1. If you're getting it for free, maybe you could make $1 or $2. Maybe, depends. But anyway, so that's how I evolved from just doing FBA to then doing merchant field to eBay to now doing local and doing it all. I didn't leave behind Amazon. It then stopped doing eBay. But that just enables me to have more places to put my items to resell them. So anyway, here on, let me check something. So yeah, I would say you can watch a lot of videos. You can ask people a lot of questions. That's a good thing, right? There's a lot of information on YouTube from a lot of different resellers. Some of them, majority of them do not have a course to sell you, but some do, and some have, trying to steer you towards that course or tell you certain things that may or may not benefit you because they want you to buy something from them or whatever. I mean, a lot of people don't do that, but I don't have a course, so I just recommend learning on your own. If you do have the extra money, the extra $100 or so, you can pay for all the subscriptions and get Accelerlist, which is $30 a month. Get Scoutly, $10 or more a month. Keepa is $17 a month. Buy a scanner, which is another $40-50, which makes things go much faster. I didn't use a scanner for the first year and a half of reselling. If you watch my very first videos, way back, I think I had my first videos in 2015 maybe. I talk about not using a scanner. I talk about using the Amazon app, the free Amazon app, which you can scan with your phone, and kind of being obstinate about not wanting to get a scanner, not wanting to pay for an app. Why do that when I can just do it for free? And people would tell me in the comments, "You're crazy. You're going to be so much faster with scanner, so much faster with more information." And I eventually did that, and I learned, oh, okay, it's true. If you have a scanner, you can scan way faster. You can, if you have Scoutly now, for instance, or the other one, can't remember it. The other one, popular one, you can see all kinds of information immediately on your screen and be able to make an quicker educated decision. So if you have the money, do it. If you don't bother. Just take your time. I mean, who cares if it takes a while, right? But you will have to, if you're doing FBA, you will have to spend money on buying those books. Unless you can get them for free, which is great, but if you have to spend some money on them, and you're gonna have to spend money for inbound shipping for FBA. Merchant fulfilled might be better to start out because you don't have to do any inbound shipping. You just need space to store them and make sure you have envelopes to ship them, that kind of thing. So there's a little bit of money, right? eBay is the same thing. You just have to have space, spend the time photographing, listing, store them somewhere in your house, garage, storage unit, whatever, and then be able to find them and have some, envelopes to ship them in, that type of thing. Same deal, right? But you still have to spend money on the supplies, on the actual items that you're reselling. It's common sense, right? But that's how you're going to make money. So for some of you guys who've been around a while, you know all this stuff. But if you're pretty new, just getting started, it's trial and error, it's patience, it's a little bit of money. It's not tons of money. This isn't a McDonald's franchise. This isn't this isn't a really expensive, business, whatever, brick and mortar. You can utilize Amazon or eBay's powerful tools and presence online to take an item like a book from a thrift store that you buy for $1, and then it turns around and it's worth $15-20, and you can make your, depending on the book, right? $4, $10, whatever it is. And that's great. $1 into $5 is great. $1 into $10 is awesome. But you got to be patient. I mean, just to end this video on something related, because I picked up some books from somebody that I leave books with, and she gives away books. She has a little free library. Anyway, someone had people donate a lot of books to her, and someone had left her a bunch of books from their Amazon, or some books from their Amazon reselling business, because they apparently stopped doing it, decided to stop. And I looked through all those books. It wasn't that many, it was a couple dozen, but there was maybe one that was actually worth reselling on Amazon, Merchant Fulfilled. The rest were not. Some of them had FBA stickers. So this person clearly did not know, what to sell and what not to sell. Of course, it's always possible that these were books they started selling in the beginning of their reselling career, and then they learned and got better, etc. It's always possible, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that they do this for 3 months, 5 months, a year, longer, and they never quite figure out how to make money at it. So take your time, be patient, learn, but learn from mistakes, or learn from sending in or listing the wrong books that don't end up selling, and send in the right books, right? I'm only really sending in books to Amazon FBA that I feel really confident will sell. I'm willing to have them sit there for up to a year and then get rid of them. I want them to sell much quicker, but that's okay. I mean, on my FBA account, my inventory is super low. It's probably like 500, 600 items. But I get sales just about every day, even during these slow times. It's going to pick up. I just sent in another shipment this past week and another shipment a couple of days before that. So, like I talked about in my other video when I went to the thrift store. So, I still utilize it. I'm still going to, anyway, all the stuff that I've learned over these years, I still apply, right? Even, I haven't been to the thrift store in a long time, haven't been really scanning a lot. Although when I get donations or buy books, of course, I scan them for Amazon, and CDs and whatnot. But anyway, so I still apply all of that information, all of that knowledge that I've learned, which takes time, right? But is it worth it to spend solid 6 months, whenever the time you have is, whether it's in the afternoons, only in the weekends, whatever, 6 months straight. By the end of those 6 months, let's say you're doing FBA, you will know what's selling and what's not selling. Or you're doing merchant field, you will know what's selling and not selling. You'll know better what not to buy. And you just grow with that. It takes time. But yeah. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.